a quick Subway sub tier list? Just bang one out real quick.
I
Will
mean,
people gather in?
that's not.
No,
Do we
our
care?
tier lists are never fast.
That is true. We're very passionate.
Well, it depends on. I feel like
Yeah.
Fast and Furious, our tier list was pretty fast. It's when like some tier lists
For that
just-
many
Yeah.
movies, yeah.
The
Same
Marvel
with that
one
Marvel one.
was so effing long that it took us forever. But I thought we did the Fast and Furious one pretty decently because we did that and covered some movies last week.
I think we did the Marvel one quick though, even for us.
For
though.
how
I feel
many
like
that there are, yeah.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like you're right. It took a long time, but like I felt like we were moving.
Yeah. All right. Episode 59, Over the Show. Tubi, Nick D,
Welcome.
live from New York City, Jarvis Jerry.
Beep boop bop boo.
We got a really exciting show for everyone tonight. I'm talking next level excitement here. A ton of different topics to talk about. I will say off tops that we're going to save Enter the Spider-Verse till next week because Nick D has not seen it yet. But that
We're
will
behind.
be. And Jerry has not seen it yet. Were you going to see it, Jerry? Like, is that a theater go for you or what?
Yeah. I like the
Bro,
first one. Green like
you
the
should
first
see
one,
it in
so like we
Iceland.
would definitely. Maybe if there's like a day that we're not doing anything.
Exactly,
sure,
yeah.
But I do think of we saw Tomb Raider. What was that? 2 in
Yeah.
Ireland.
Yeah.
So
I always
nothing
think it's
to
cool
that.
seeing a movie in another country. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool.
I've been to a lot of countries. Never been in the movies. I need to do that, Nick.
Yeah, it's a weird. I don't know. I like it.
Hmm.
You get there and you see how they do it, and you're like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
We should get for one show is the Dudesy hard seltzers since those
Is
are
that
That
official?
would be.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, they made
The
them. They're
pr-
out. So we just
they're-
need to like.
they sell
Order
out
'em.
super quick though.
Yeah, exactly. We just need to like start following them on Instagram, or whatever. So when they
We'll
announce
just get
that
a
they
case of
restock
them. Yeah.
that it's just like bang. Then yeah, we should try them.
Apparently they're strong too. I
Right.
watched the episode where they were talking about the live episode, and they said that people were getting drunk. Like apparently
Yeah.
they're potty.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah. So future
Dudesy,
episode
we'd
come.
love to have you on and talk about podcasts
Ooh,
and
yeah.
AI.
Yeah, Dudesy.
We would love
You're
to have
probably
you
listening,
on. Yeah.
or at least some of the hard seltzers.
I like to
Yeah,
have,
if you
I'd
just
like to
wanna
have
send some of
Sasso
those-
on.
I mean, yeah, we'll have on the whole crew. We're a fan of the whole production, but Dudesy, the invite to you first, the head of the show,
I
the
don't know
head
if-
of the table.
I'll even allow Chad on. I don't know if I want that robot. I don't want Dudesy himself on. We're anti-AI over here. Although I do
I mean,
have,
I think at this point, Dudesy's already in.
yeah, well,
yeah,
for
Dudesy's probably
talking about
listening.
it.
I've
Adam
ChatGPT
Driver,
open right
we,
now.
we would
so.
love to talk 65 million with you. Please come on.
Fuck you. Did we trashed that movie, didn't we? We kind of gave it a hard.
I don't think we trashed it, but I definitely think we were like the trailer is not what.
Meets the eye.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's kind of just like, hey, you want to see this movie? Oh, well, here's another one. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
all right.
It's a fake out. It's definitely was a
Yeah,
fake
yeah.
out.
Yeah, it's by no means a bad movie, but it's just like, maybe the trailer should have been different.
Yeah. All right. Well, should we get into the topics? What do we got off tops, Jerry?
And the order right now would be Senor Ted Lasso,
Oh, okay.
which I also watched.
You finished it,
Yeah.
and this is the series finale. I think. I think they haven't officially said that, but it seems like. I think
Yeah, it was so. Yeah, I think. Excuse me. They originally said that like, oh yeah, we're only going to do three seasons, and so this is a third one.
But I think they haven't come out and said that officially. But at the same time, the final episode's called Farewell.
Yeah, they haven't said anything, and so the other thing people are speculating is that maybe there'd be some type of spin-off
All girl
spin-offs
team.
or some that because if they follow Kent, then it's just like Ted Lasso, but Kent, it's like that's I don't know.
Who's that? Is
So
Kent?
yeah,
Is Kent Beard?
or Roy? I mean, my bad, Roy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I meant Roy. No, Kent was the reporter. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah, I like this season.
Yeah.
Got bad reviews from what I saw online, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it
Yeah, and
got more into the characters.
Yeah, and I like where they ended it and how they did. It was like, oh, that was cool. It wasn't a, typical thing. It
Yeah.
was very just like, oh, nice. And so, because, we watched it, and then it was maybe a few days later that I was like, huh, I liked what they did. Like you said, I liked that season.
Yeah, it was a good season. It was a solid season. It's sad to see it go though after 3 because it's such a good show that it seems like I could have watched that for a few more seasons.
I don't know. I'd rather they do that than like something
Drag it out.
change. Yeah, or just something, and then it's just like, oh, like I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked how it was short and sweet. I liked the characters,
So
and there was a lot of like development.
let me ask you the big question. Does she end up with Roy or Jamie or no one at all?
Karina and I were talking about that.
What's her character's name?
Neither of them. Yeah, neither of them.
No.
Yeah, she's Keeley.
Keeley, that's what her name. Yeah, Keeley. Yeah.
Oh, he looks interesting. I mean, I guess he doesn't really have a full beard. Either way,
He's a writer.
yeah, I
He's a
don't
writer
think
on the show. Roy.
really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brett Goldstein.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't think she ended with either of them.
You know how at the end
'Cause I feel
though
when
they're
they
at that
left-
like party, and then there's like a pan
Mhm.
out shot, and they're like the 3 of them are sitting on the outside of the fence. You know what I'm saying? It's just interesting. They definitely wanted to like leave it to like, what do you think? You know what I mean? It's like a
Yeah.
little bit of a mystery there. I like that. I like that.
Oh, I watched the Bliss movie as well. Just remembered. Anyway.
Oh really?
Um,
Oh well, we got to get
yeah,
into
when it's
it.
my turn.
Yeah,
when
we
it's
got to
my
talk
turn, we'll
about
get to
that.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was good. I thought it was a strong series. And again, because it's only 3, I would definitely say, like, if you haven't seen it, Nick, just give it a whirl. It's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
little-
I do want to watch it. Like I remember like 2 years ago,
Let me see.
everyone was talking about this show. Like
Mhm.
this show was the talk of the town. And I just how
Oh,
I'm bad with shows. I need to get to them.
It's a really good, Nick. It's really good.
Yeah. I've heard like everyone I know loves this show. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, on
I know
Harley,
Rock Garfield.
what is he on Harley
He's
Quinn?
being Garfield. This is actor.
Voice. Maybe just like extra.
Said 1 episode. Let me go
Mm.
back. This internet, man. Doesn't.
It just it credits
say
himself
who
as
he is.
himself. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He must just be doing like an extra little character or something.
Wonder when that's coming back.
Yeah.
A very problematic Valentine's Day special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even. I don't remember. I must have. I finished it, but what was?
No, that
I don't
came
even
out.
remember.
That came out after I think the
Came-
season.
Oh,
it
maybe
came
I
out,
didn't
like
then.
maybe February or March of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear about that.
They did a little promotion. I swear we mentioned it on here at one point, but yeah, it kind of
Mhm.
flew under
Yeah,
the
I-
radar.
Yeah.
I
didn't know that
eventually
was a
watched
thing.
it, but yeah, I don't remember who he was. Yeah, 34 episodes. Definitely give it a little watch, Nick.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's
I
a
want
good
to.
one.
Look and see how many he wrote too, Jerry, for me.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see what he wrote.
13. Wow.
episodes of that. Oh, Shrinking, 10 episodes.
Wow.
I like Shrinking.
Wow.
Shrinking's good
Right
too.
on.
Yeah, that's a good show. It's a good show. That's another show that I hope doesn't go past like 3 seasons of that. I think they could tell the whole story. You know what I mean, Chair?
Yeah.
Like I don't think they need
Yeah.
to go super far with that either.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're both Apple, so interesting.
Yeah.
He clearly works for Apple.
He has
Yeah.
he has a deal with Apple. Good for him.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, and I
all the
like
writers are on strike, but yeah,
that
strike.
like evolution and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean,
with Nate.
you saw him coming back though, like made perfect. You know what I mean? Like,
But I mean, not fully. You know, I don't know.
I thought they were
coulda
gonna
made
face off
him-
again at the end, but yeah,
Mhm.
there was a lot of ways it could have went.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways it could have went. Yeah.
Yeah, so again, I thought it would have went that way. I thought it would have been the classic, like they one big face off at the end,
Yeah.
and then like redemption. Where this, like, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. Spoilers. You know, he leaves before that even happens.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
I mean,
like,
Nick's not gonna remember by the time he
does
gets
his
to
thing.
that third
Yeah,
season.
Exactly.
exactly.
And again,
And I don't even know
that's-
who you're
that
talking about. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, he's even if he started it today, he's so far off from like when he'll actually get to that point. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say my favorite episode of this season was not actually, it wasn't my favorite. My favorite moment of this season was when Coach Beard came out in the Ziggy Stardust out of that
sounds
that
dope.
van. And he's speaking the Dutch or whatever to the other people in it, and he's like, "Oh, one hell of a night." And he gets inside
Yeah.
the bus with everybody. It was really funny. I thought that was great.
That's dope.
Coach Beard's hilarious. Another thing, real quick, the Coach Beard backstory that we finally get about how him and Ted met was crazy. Didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So interesting. Like really, that caught me off guard.
And he mentions it, and that is it. There's no like further. Nobody like, oh,
Well, isn't he telling
That-
the
telling
little?
the reporter or
No, he's telling the
No,
little
not the
guy.
reporter.
The,
he's
what's his
telling
name?
Nate. Yeah.
Nate. Yeah. Because he.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great show. I mean,
yeah,
we could talk
that's
about
it.
this for
That's
days.
the only time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a.
It's an S tier show. I think this season was A, B plus, A minus season, but the show as a whole was S tier. I thought like from beginning to end,
Yeah.
S tier. It's the best thing so far Apple's done. We'll see. I mean, I preference that was saying that I really, really do enjoy Mythic Quest. Yeah, Mythic Quest. But we'll see how Mythic Quest wraps it up at the end here. They could drop the ball. Just saying,
Yeah.
they could drop the ball. This they got in,
Do
they
we
got
know
out.
how many more they're doing with Mythic Quest?
They got to do at least one more season, right? Like the way it's
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
And I will say this.
I hope it keeps going. Like it does. I love it.
I do. I think the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this past season was good, but it didn't stick the landing at the end there. Personal opinion. I was
And
like,
Okay.
I agree. Just because I think
Yeah.
everything they're doing is great, but I think for me, just personally, I'm like I want the comedy forefront.
yeah.
Like this one changed the ratio of instead of like 70-30, it was like 60-40. And it's like, oh, there's a lot of drama in this comedy all of a sudden.
And that's what they kind of did with this third season of Ted Lasso. Although there are
Yeah,
some
yeah.
really funny moments, but they definitely
Yeah.
get a little bit more political and stuff. And like
Yeah.
this season with Ted Lasso, interesting enough, because you saying that it's a very good comparison to what they did this third season. But it's interesting because like I also don't know nothing about soccer, and this
Yeah,
season
exactly.
they got a lot more into like the players' backstories. And you've been following these players for 2 seasons, and it isn't until the third season that you even really find out about any of their backstories.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Again, I think it's like, yeah, I don't know. I like the way they did that. Because again, the only time I can sort of think that like a similar thing that I didn't care for was the end of Parks and Rec. You know, that last season, everyone got their own little story that
Yeah.
was like, oh, Tom did this, Donna did this, Ron, where they kind of did that with this, where like you're saying, it was all of a sudden you get the story of this player or this player, and it's like you said, we've already been following them for 2 years and didn't know anything, and so it just felt they did it in a natural way.
It was clean. It was clean, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a really good point,
It didn't
Jer.
feel forced.
Yeah. And you
like, yeah,
wanted to
it
know a
was
little
super-
bit. You know what I
super
mean?
Cool.
Like
Yeah.
with Parks
yeah,
and Rec,
yeah.
we did know them. They were wrapping up the characters.
Mhm.
And this, you're like
Yeah.
finding out about these characters you all we knew about them was that they were football players, soccer.
Yeah.
And then you get to find out like, oh, this is like what they're real like, what's going on in their personal lives, which other than like Roy and Jamie and like there was like 2 or 3 that you were really following along with. But then in this season, it's like, oh, here's all these miscellaneous players that have just been on the screen. And to be honest, Jer, there was probably another 5 dudes that they didn't even go into at all still.
Yeah.
Like the French dude. The French dude.
But his mask was cool. Van Damme. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's the Canadian dude. The
Oh,
goalie.
was he? Okay.
The French dude's always like, my
the other
wine.
French guy,
He makes the jokes about wine. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Sam.
Yeah, I thought
Totally
Sam
Kanye.
and the lady, the owner, were going to end up together. But I also wasn't surprised. You know, I called out, and if BK watches this later, he's going to point this out. And if he was here in the comments, he'd say this. He'd be like, Tubi said the dumbest comment. I thought, yeah, I know. Yeah. I thought the whole time that Ted Lasso was going to end up with the psychologist lady. And BK,
What?
Yeah.
What?
This is the end of season 2, Jerry. The end of season 2. That was my call out. It never happened. That was my call out. And now looking back on it, was that a stupid comment? Because yeah, it was. Because even in the 3rd season, they really like wrote her out, and they brought in the writer dude heavily. Like he almost replaced her character arc almost in a way. So
yeah.
Anyways, great show.
And that was another thing. I liked how there were these like, oh, I would expect this story to wrap up this way, and not all of them ended up in the way you would expect, which I like. Things just sort of ended abruptly, and it was it. And it was kind of just like, oh, this is just a slice of their life. It's not like
their whole character.
Yeah, everybody made $1 million type thing. It was kind of like, nope, everybody was, bummed or, whatever. So yeah, it was cool.
Great show. Fantastic.
Great show.
S-tier show. Great way to give it a farewell or whatever.
Good, solid seasons.
Yeah. Oh, this is me. Okay. All right.
So is this a remake?
This is the remake.
I
Yeah.
guess so if it says 2020.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I'm not just watching the original Perry Mason. That would be. Yeah. I have to recommend this if you like detective shows, like a Sherlock Holmes. This is the. Wow, that was crazy. Gremlins coming out with. Oh, I saw that. Gremlins coming out with a cartoon. That's awesome.
I feel like I've seen art for that lately. Yeah.
Double back.
Okay, yeah, because you got me. Now I watched season 1 when it came out. Now what's interesting, I think season 1 came out in 2020, so they took a 2-year hiatus on this. I hope they come back for a 3rd season. This is produced by RDJ. It might be might be the best thing he's done. This is funny because he's not on camera. This might be the best thing he's done since leaving Marvel. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to throw it out there.
That's awesome.
I think this is the best thing RDJ's done since leaving Marvel, is producing Perry Mason. It's a fantastic detective show. The homie that plays Perry Mason does a great job of kind of being like, you almost find him to be a little like he's crazy almost in a way, but then when he gets in the courtroom, he like pulls it off, dude. And he yeah, I see he's here. Yeah, Sedizzle's in the building.
Hell yeah, welcome.
He just had to take a shower. He's all clean now.
Hell yeah,
that was
put him on
weird.
blast.
Hell yeah.
He wrote it in the things, dude. He wrote it in the comments. I'm filling Nick D in that Sadu just took a shower.
Thank you.
I hope you have a towel wrapped around your head right now, Sadu, listening. That would be great.
Yeah.
It takes place in like the mid 40s in Los Angeles. I remember Perry Mason in the music and stuff, like the outro music, but I never like watched it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So each season's a case. I do recommend watching season 1 because they do talk about a little bit about it throughout season 2 about what had happened in season 1. But season 1 is one case. that gets solved, and then they go into season 2, and in the very beginning, you see the murder, what have you, happen, and then Perry takes the case on, and then throughout the rest of the season, he's trying to solve it. / come up with his defense. It's interesting. It's really interesting. They definitely kind of added in, like, I'm pretty sure if we pull up a photo from the original, and maybe I'm wrong, his assistant dude wasn't black, nor was his detective dude wasn't black, and his assistant wasn't a lesbian lady. So they've definitely modernized it in that way.
Yeah.
But that also adds a lot of interesting backstory because they're dealing with a lot more like, this is what it was like in the 40s for, like, she can't talk really in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Because she's a woman, you know what I'm saying? And there's this whole weird thing, like,
Mm-hmm.
she has to hide that she's a lesbian the whole time. It's very interesting. So they added a little bit of drama on that sense, a little politics and stuff in there. But altogether, man, I really enjoy the Perry Mason. I give it a B.
Right on. What's it on? Where did you watch it?
HBO or Max. Max or
Oh,
Philly.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
I knew this was a thing, but I don't think I knew it was a show. I think I thought this was a movie.
I think it's 8 episodes each season.
That's cool.
And they go
HBO.
They go
So
by.
does it get like dark because it's HBO?
It's a little.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's this whole weird. I think them adding in the other. This is the original, Jerry.
Yeah.
So yeah, see, it's all white people, huh?
Is it like LA
Yeah.
Confidential?
Like old dude.
Kinda,
Like-
Nick T. Kinda.
Like old Hollywood? That's
Kinda.
sick.
But he's like
Kinda.
a defense. So he's a defense attorney that does
A little detective work.
investigating.
Well,
Okay.
he's got a law practice. So his assistant, he's got a secretary lady. Then he's got his assistant, which is that female character. If you go back to the other page here, I could point out which one's which. So Perry Mason's your main guy, and then the dude below him, Paul, that's his
Private Eye.
his private eye. Exactly, Nick D. Exactly, it's his private eye. And then
That's
the
dope.
lady Juliet, whatever, right here, she plays like she pretty much should be a lawyer,
Dope
but
straight.
because she's a woman and it's the
Yeah,
40s,
yeah.
they're like, you can't be a lawyer, ma'am. So, but she's hella smart and she's just as good as Perry. So she's constantly helping with figuring out the defense and all that kind of stuff. It's very interesting, dude. So it's the three of them.
It sounds super dope. Like,
I really liked it. You know, I loved Sherlock Holmes, the one with Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Not our DJ.
I saw that first one. Are there 3 of those?
There's 2 of those. He's gonna make the third
of
one,
those.
but I think he
He's coming.
realized.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully he realizes
it's on his upcoming. No,
they're not
it's,
good. Yeah.
I mean,
No,
they're their
Jared.
own thing. They're. I mean, it's a Guy Ritchie movie.
It's just
It's a Guy Ritchie doing Sherlock Holmes. So
Yeah,
I liked him when I saw it.
exactly.
Is what I'll say. I haven't watched them since seeing them once, so it is a thing of like, you know, I know they're not good, but it is like I don't know.
he's just
It is.
I don't know.
It is crazy too how Guy Ritchie became something different after those movies. Like when you look at like a Guy Ritchie movie, which I haven't seen in like a minute, but just from the trailers, it's like, man, you do like completely different types of movies now. Like you're not even at all in the Lock, Stock, or the Snatch kind of vibe.
I did want to see his last movie though, the one he just did with Jake Gyllenhaal, where it's like
It
it doesn't matter.
That was
It looks
the
interesting.
first Guy Ritchie movie in a minute where I'm like, oh, I want to see that. Like,
Yeah,
you know
it
what I
looks
mean? Like,
interesting. Yeah.
there was like a spell there where I was like, I don't care.
I just don't think that those I know that we're saying they aged horribly, but I remember even when I originally saw them, like I didn't think that they were that great to begin with. You know, I honestly didn't really dig Sherlock Holmes. I didn't think Sherlock Holmes was that tight until I watched the BBC ones with Doctor Strange. And those were so good. Like seriously, if you haven't seen them, you should watch them. They're so good. I know BK and Addie watched them when we lived in Oakland, and I didn't really pay any attention. And then I watched them during COVID, and I thought they were excellent. Like I really enjoyed his take on Doctor Strange. I mean, Sherlock Holmes.
I've got buddies that speak very highly of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nick,
same thing. I keep meaning to watch it, but
It's good.
I haven't
It's
gotten
good.
to it. Yeah,
But there's a lot to watch with that. There's a lot to watch with that. So, Yeah, Anton just called me. Then he's in the chat.
Hell yeah.
Anton, what are you doing, Anton? You're throwing me all off,
Send it-
Anton.
Welcome, Anton.
Scanton, golly. You know what? Can we skip? I already rated this. Can we skip to air real quick? Because this has to do with Anton and Sadu, and I hope they both stay right now.
hell yeah.
Anton probably came and left already. All right. So off top.
I wanted to see this. Did you rent this, or is this in the
It's on
theaters?
Amazon. It's on Amazon right now. Yeah.
Cool.
So before I even say how I felt about this movie, what's funny is on Saturday night, Sadizzle texted me and said that he watched this and he didn't like it. Well, he was indifferent about it. I'll say that, Sadu. You don't freak out in the chat. What's funny is that earlier that same night, Scanton had texted me and said, "Hey man, what movie should I check out?" And I recommended something. He said too long, and then I told him to watch this. He said, "Okay, I'll check it out." Within a half hour of Sadu texting me that he didn't really like it, Anton wrote to me that he enjoyed the film. And I just thought that was hilarious because two friends from two different friend groups. All right, now go back, Jerry. 2 photos. This is the one thing I'm going to say about this film. This woman stands out way too much. She's the most attractive woman in the film. Now, I said as a joke, one of these actors was banging this chick. Because it made no sense with the whole entire movie. I don't know, Sadu, Anton, if you agree, disagree, whatever. I hope it's not Ben. He just got married to Jennifer.
Oh, no.
To J-Lo. You know, I'm going to go with Chris Tucker maybe. Who knows? But she stood out to me. Because all the other...
Chris Tucker's in this movie? Wow.
Yeah, Chris Tucker, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, and Jason...
Bateman.
Bateman, thank you. I was going to say Arrested Development. Yeah.
So that's an amazing cast.
Star-studded event. Star-studded event, Nick D. Star-studded. I really enjoyed it. I would say at best it's a B. I think Ben did a great job directing and everything. But it just... I didn't know the story. So for me, from my point of view, coming into this movie, you know, being a fan of the Jordan shoes, and seeing this film really opened my eyes to a lot of different things about how he's the first person to get a cut of the sales of the shoe and stuff. Very interesting. Really enjoyed it. But at the same time, I get what Sadu and me talked about this already, and I get, like, if you're coming into the movie already knowing the story, they didn't really take you anywhere else kind of a vibe. And I get what Sadu's kind of criticism was of the film. I'm not trying to bash on Sadu. I get exactly why Sadu didn't really like it. But for me, I think, and maybe I don't want to speak for Anton, but Anton, I'm sure he didn't really know nothing about the shoes, really. To us, it was probably a little bit more eye-opening. I think for you, Jerry, because you don't probably know nothing, or Nick D, it might be more interesting to you guys because you don't know nothing. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ben's portrayal
I
of
could
Phil
see that.
Knight's interesting, too. That's the guy that makes the shoe right there. He's not the... He didn't make all the shoes, so you could go on about that. Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was cool. I think it's on our scale from F to S, it's a B. It's a solid B. Ben did a great job. It's not The Town, but it's good.
Okay.
And they got
Marlon Wayans?
yeah, prequel.
Dude.
Yeah, star-studded, Nick D. Star-studded.
I remember, I don't know what we saw recently, but this was one of the trailers for it. And I do remember being like, dude, I want to see that. I didn't know this was out.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. You know, I think, Jarek, can we get a running time on this? What was the running time?
Hour 51.
Yeah, under 2. You know, and I have to say, with movies the way, my one criticism of Spider-Man, which we'll talk about next week, was the running time. You know, I'm kind of getting over these 2-hour-plus films.
Is it really long?
It's 2:20. It's
Wow.
long, Nick D. Yeah, it's long,
Wow,
dude.
that's crazy.
It's long.
That's outrageous.
You keep it under 2 hours, and you're able to tell a good story, I'm going to give you a higher rating from here on out. From here on out.
Especially now that we're in the era of pushing to 3-hour movies.
Yeah.
That seems to be like a thing now.
Yeah.
I think Oppenheimer's supposed to be like absurdly long.
Yeah, I'll probably wait for that to come out on home video.
Yeah. 9 hours.
I just need to be able to go to the bathroom and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
You
like
know?
a
Yeah.
real thing. It's a
That's
real
fair.
thing.
Sadu, oh
Gotta-
man. Sadu had the best comment ever the other day on the phone with me. And I'm gonna shout Sadu out right now. He said movies that are over 2 hours should automatically be rated PG-13 because only a 13-year-old could hold their bladder that long.
That is good. I like that.
And I thought that
I
was
like
one of
that.
the best comments I've heard Sadhu say in forever. Well, you know what? I'll take
I
that
like
back.
that.
Since last week's Sadhu report or Sadhu review.
Yeah.
Stu always has the best hot takes. That is a genius comment, and I want to shout out Sadhu for that comment. And we should make a sign or something that we.
A board of Sadhu's little.
Oh no,
sayings,
just that idea that we put up on screen.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah,
when a
yeah.
movie's over 2 hours, we're gonna flash that. Like,
Yeah.
PG-13.
because we were talking about Little Mermaid and how like Little Mermaid's 2 hours plus, but the original film is an hour and a half.
90 minutes.
Yeah. It's like you took
Wow.
a 90-minute
90
Disney
minutes.
cartoon and made it 2 hours. Come on,
Yeah.
little kids can't hold their bladder that long. It's PG-13.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
It's a really good point. I'm actually genuinely surprised that The Little Mermaid's over 2 hours. It's like, oh wow.
That's kind of interesting.
Let me read some of this real quick. I love how Fats welcomes himself to chat. Welcome to chat,
Oh,
Fats.
welcome.
Anton says that as soon as he calls me and I don't pick up, he goes straight to YouTube. Smart man. That's what you need to do because I'm probably on here. Yeah. Well, some other funny things. Anton thought that Ben Affleck did a perfect job as Phil Knight. Well, I mean, the baby bladder comment from Fats. I make it through 2 hour movies, dog. Me and you, I sat next to you during freaking Fast 10. We just saw it, and I didn't get up and go. And then I didn't go up. I didn't get up to go during Spider-Man either. But I'm saying, like, I coulda. You know what I mean? Like, I could.
Would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Moving on. All right, we got Dave on screen. I didn't. When I originally started watching this show, I didn't think I was going to be a big fan of it, and I really kind of put it on originally. And this is during I think I started watching it beginning of season 2. I started watching it because of Andrew Santino. Straight up will say that. I'd heard a Little Dicky. I'd heard of his music, but I started watching it because of Santino, the great man Santino. And then I kind of fell in love with the show. Really enjoyed the first 2 seasons. This third season has its ups and downs. But oh my goodness, it ends with one of the most fantastic endings. The final episode of this show has a giant star in it, and I'll just kind of give a little bit of a spoiler because I want you all to watch it. But Brad Pitt pops up in the final episode of this show, and he's in the whole episode. And if you know anything about Little Dicky, that should make no sense that he pops up in this show.
Yeah.
Absolutely no sense.
I know I for sure have seen the first season. I'm like, have I seen the second? Forget.
The third season, they start off on tour, and then it goes from there.
Okay.
There's great cameos throughout the whole entire season. Usually Jer to fill you in. It's usually rap cameos, but good rap cameos. Like we're talking about people from when we were kids, like Usher makes an appearance. Usher's the first one that comes to mind.
Awesome.
And right now I'm having a brain freeze. There's other cameos. There's a lot of cameos. If you're gonna watch any of them, I recommend watching the season finale. Season finale with the Brad Pitt, and I promise you'll want to go back and watch more of it. That's how strong this final episode was.
Hell yeah.
They go to the Met Gala, and it's like chock full of celebrities. It's a very interesting episode.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there's Usher's on screen right now. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, him.
That guy.
Yeah, Jake, because Little Dicky hates him because he's like, you stole my style. The only reason you're popular is because of me. It's a whole like pit that they've been making fun of like for the last couple seasons. It's a fantastic show. The one thing I thought was interesting, a couple of the songs I really liked from this season. So I was like, oh, I bet you they have those songs on Spotify. They do not. You can't really find any of the music that is from the show, like any of the songs that he writes in the show. And you only get little snippets of the songs in the show. Like he'll write like a 30-second verse or something, or you'll hear 30 seconds of it.
Yeah.
none of those songs seem to be like you could find them on YouTube, but I could not find them on like Spotify or anything. I thought that was
Yeah, that's
interesting.
weird. You'd think they do like a Gorillas type thing,
Yeah,
where like here's the album from the show,
yeah.
or a better example would be that Pop Star movie with Sandberg. How that's got like an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah,
Yeah, lovely.
I would say altogether for the show. What do I gotta say here? This is hard. I would have given this season like a C plus, B minus, and then I watched that final episode last night actually, and it bumped it up to an
Bumped
A.
it up.
It bumped it up to an A minus.
Hell yeah.
Wow,
Just dude,
it's a big bump.
dude, the Brad Pitt cameo and the way that they wrote him in. Even when I first saw him in the episode, I was like, oh, this is gonna be for like a millisecond. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in this longer than he's in that Sandra Bullock movie.
Oh wow.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's like what?
Yeah, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
crazy.
Put more.
Is he
into
Brad
this.
Pitt or is he playing a character?
He's playing Brad Pitt.
That's cool. That's cool.
Dude,
Nice.
it's funny. It's
Yeah.
really funny. Yeah, that's all I really. I don't want to go into too much deets about it because I really think you guys should check it out. Just that.
I do.
episode,
Yeah,
too.
I want. Yeah. I need to. I
Hulu.
need to figure out where I'm at.
Yeah.
We need to figure out our thing. We've got like a Hulu issue right now. I haven't been able to watch Hulu in a minute.
And I will say this too. It's kind of like
I
Always
told
Sunny.
you what to do? Check your text messages, bro.
I tried. It didn't work. We'll get into it.
A Davila brother issue right here.
Exactly. We got Hulu issues. Hulu, get in contact with the show, please.
Yeah. We need a free membership, right?
Yeah.
They really push the limits on what I think you can get away with on TV. It being FXX. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of like Always Sunny in that way. Like they really push the limits. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I started the first season, so I'd like to continue, finish it out.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna switch gears to you, Nick.
Ooh,
You
some more
watched
aliens talk.
that thing.
I actually, dude, I watched a bunch of YouTube stuff on aliens, but I didn't actually get to any of the movies this week. Was there any alien talk? Do I have any interesting alien news? I don't think so. But I watched all of I Think You Should Leave. I rewatched seasons 1 and 2, and then season 3 came out the other day, and it's great. One of the best things Netflix has ever done. I haven't seen a lot of Netflix.
It's
stuff, though.
weird.
It's
weird.
so weird. It's like, like some of these things I'm like literally dying with laughter. Like I'm choking with laughter. And then some of them are mildly disturbing. Some of them are like, this is almost creepy. Like it's that like Tim and Eric type humor.
Yeah.
Where it's so absurd. Yeah. Like,
2 seasons, Nick?
there's 3. The third
3
one
seasons?
just came out.
Okay.
And 15-minute episodes, and there's only like 6 or 7 or 8 episodes. So like I burned through all
Yeah,
of it
18 episodes.
in like 2 sessions, 2 days. Yeah.
Oh, 18 episodes altogether, Jerry?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Real short season. Really quick. Yeah, like the one, Jerry, you know the one where the 3 girls are at brunch and they're like sending the text messages?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No, I don't know
that's
if
one
I-
of my favorites. And
So-
then
I watched the first
love-
season.
Did you see the hot dog one?
I can't. It was.
I thought,
This
yeah, I
is
was
a
gonna say
minute
the hot
ago.
dog one.
I love the hot dog
one
one.
was like good and weird.
Yeah. love that.
The one that Karina laughed at was, I think, like the opening scene of the entire show where the horse riding, where they like bred horses to have small dicks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
not make people
Make-
uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
she thought that was hilarious. And like the whole like waiting for their boss thing and like let's look, that was, I don't know, thinking back it is all weird with the whole like we're looking up funny videos and the dude can't think of
Oh
anything,
my
so
God.
he does this is Bozo does
Yeah.
voice.
Again,
Yeah.
it's like creepy.
Yeah.
Where you're like, if this was a
Dude.
real person, you'd be like, "What, dude? We're in a room with this guy." Like,
I remember
Like,
that
and-
one. I remember that one, Jerry. That one stands out to me.
that, Jerry, you saying that's the best review I heard of this show was someone talking about the 3rd season, and they were saying like the review was saying that like you watch it and then you laugh, and then like a week later you remember a scene and you just start dying of laughter because you're like, that's so weird.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the one with the
so
door.
bizarre.
Did you guys see the one with the door where he's leaving?
No.
I can't.
Okay, yeah.
I think
like
we've only seen like the first 3 episodes.
Okay,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
recall,
yeah.
dude. It was a minute ago. When did it first come out? 2000?
Like yeah, like maybe a year or two ago. Like it's relatively new. I feel like probably 2 years ago if I had to guess.
2019.
Oh wow, yeah. So I watched it.
Okay, yeah.
Morgan, Mr. Foster, super loves this show, and he was a huge
Yeah.
Tim and Eric fan, and I definitely think that it falls in that humor. Like I'm sure,
Exactly.
I'm sure Cameron would really like this too because it's
The,
definitely that style.
Spoiler: Tim's in season 3, and he's so funny. Like,
Oh,
there's an
really?
episode that's where Tim's like all in it, and it's one of the best. Yeah.
It's really funny,
Yeah,
but it is
weird.
kind of like Jared's right. It's on that like verge of being really creepy at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Like
And-
the
and-
game show one with like how the mascot comes out.
And
I
there's
don't
like
know. Again, it was
assaulting
just
the
a weird
guy.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, they're just weird.
Yeah. That this show reminds me of. You guys should check out. I remember. I know I've sent you one of them, the Angel Boy one, that Tim and Eric's bedtime stories,
Yeah.
where they're essentially horror that are kind of silly. Like I thought that, like I love Tim and Eric, but Tim and Eric's bedtime stories was amazing. Like that show is
Is that Netflix?
unsettling.
What
I
is-
might have actually even watched it on the Comedy Central app. Maybe like I don't know. Like I don't know where it is now because I feel like I watched that show, and that might have even been HBO at the time. That might have been HBO at the time.
I'll
Yeah.
jump over here.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
there was some place where all of Tim and Eric was consolidated for like a minute. Maybe it was just Adult Swim. Maybe it was AdultSwim.com.
It says it's
Well-
on Hulu
I was about to
Oh,
say.
sick.
and Max.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Or
it was
Max and
HBO.
Hulu.
It was.
Yeah, because Hulu has all the Eric Andre show, which is an Adult Swim show, which is kind of also in
I was
this
gonna say,
vein.
yeah.
That's another show I need to actually watch. Like I've seen an episode here or there and a clip here or there. Like I actually want to go and just burn through all of the Eric Andre.
Yeah, they're like 15 minutes. I mean, it's Adult
Yeah.
Swim. Dude,
Yeah.
some of those interviews are just like, it's kind of the same as this where they're like eerie. Like,
Yeah.
I watched one where he like, I forget who he's even interviewing, but he brings out somebody that looks like the person he's interviewing, and then they just sit next to him and mimic the other person's movements.
Yeah.
And the person being interviewed is so weird. Dude, it's the same as this show where it's just like, it's a classic Adult Swim.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
classic Adult Swim. Like, whoa, this is, yeah.
100%. He's always screaming. He's always like just like freaking out. Like, yeah, I love it.
I didn't realize it was a new season.
Yeah, it literally just came out like 2 days ago.
And you burned through it?
Burn through it. Like, well, I mean, again, 6 episodes goes by in like maybe an hour and a half. Like, it's not easy to finish the whole season. I mean, it's not hard to finish the whole season in one go. And again, like we were talking about with the last that anime thing I watched, the episodes are so short and the skits are so short. So anytime you're not feeling something, it's done before you know it, and then
Mhm.
before you know it, the episode's over. Like
Yeah.
it's like you're out. Like yeah. So even if you don't like something, hang in there. Yeah, this was a great episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
He's in this. I haven't seen him in a minute.
no. I saw him in real life.
Yes.
I saw his band open up for
Jared.
Tenacious D.
Jared, yes. This is it. This was so, and like now it's almost like you were saying.
this is the Eric Andres thing. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I see this. Yeah.
Oh, he does it to Pauly D too. Oh my god,
It's the
I saw
same
this one.
episode. It's
Oh,
the same
really?
Episode.
Is
It's the
it?
same episode. Yeah, it's the same.
That's awesome.
Dude. It's so, the person is so uncomfortable. Like,
yeah. Oh, I love it.
and Eric just goes
Yeah,
about it
he-
like it's normal. Like he's
Yeah.
like just like keeps the interview. Dude, it's so weird.
He has like his own.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a classic Adult Swim humor, and Hannibal too. I think Hannibal's
Yeah.
there, and he's got his own too.
Love
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's a good.
You seen that, Jer?
bizarre- I haven't seen that episode. I saw the one. I think it's Selena Gomez. It's the one where he's like vomiting everywhere, and they
Oh
are
yeah.
not happy.
I think I've seen that.
Um,
I think I've seen that.
and I don't know. Just again, I've seen random ones to where it's like, oh, it would be nice to just watch them in a way to like keep track of which one. 'Cause I don't
Yeah.
think that they don't add up in any way in any story.
The only reason I bring it up too
Yeah.
is because his new season starts tonight as well.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of promotion for it.
Yeah,
Nice.
it'll
Did
be
not
on
know that.
Hulu. It'll be on Hulu. I'm gonna watch this though, Dick T. I'm gonna powerhouse this. I think I still need to watch
recommend
two.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah. I recommend
you've
it.
now reminded me because I did watch. I think I watched all of season 1, but like that 2019. That was quite a few years back, and I just don't really remember it. Maybe I'll definitely
Yeah, like
hop on to.
the other day I went through season 1 and 2 just because I was like, oh, 3 comes out tomorrow, so I'll just burn through these.
Was that MacGruber?
That one, yeah, MacGruber's in a couple
Mhm.
episodes. Yeah, the one with the 3 girls at lunch sending texts. I thought that was also one of the funniest ones.
Okay,
Is that,
I'll look for that.
Yeah, that
this
one.
one?
That's definitely like early on too. That's like episode 2 or 3.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't say.
Maybe it's not. I just know it's first season. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy show. Crazy show.
Yeah.
Switching gears.
I'll definitely
I
watch
watched
that.
this.
Oh,
I watched this over the weekend. This is what I did on Saturday. It was Saturday. It was maybe like 2, 3, and it was like, I'm gonna pop on Bliss.
And what?
Crazy movie.
Okay,
Crazy movie.
you don't sound disappointed. I'm juiced.
No, because again, it is a thing. So with you telling me like, oh, what's up? So like, paid attention. There's like scenes where people are duplicating in the background, and I don't know, just stuff is happening. But it's like,
And that wallet in the very beginning, right? You got that?
yeah,
Yeah.
I still feel that they were drug addicts. I don't know.
Yeah. I agree.
Because it becomes it's a thing where like at the end. It's just a thing of like, it doesn't matter if it's spoiled or not, where it's like, oh, we only have enough fucking crystals to get one of us out. It's like, okay, well, why don't you let like Selma Hayek go out and then she can like unhook you from the machine? I don't know. It's a whole thing where it breaks down at the end where it's like, where not even that doesn't break down, where I feel it just becomes, to me at least, that was like, oh, they're just drug addicts and like thinking all kinds of crazy shit. Well, Rotten Tomatoes, they're not very
Addy.
accurate. Tubes
Okay,
and
Addy.
I are more accurate.
Yeah, that's an Addy comment right there. So do an Addy live and
'cause
die by the Rotten Tomato.
It's a movie. How long is this movie?
I think it's under 2.
Yeah, it's an hour 45 of basically
Amazing.
Of what's his face, Owen Wilson, doing a character that's just in his oh wow phase. Like he's just out of it the entire time. It's great. And Selma,
And
she's always fantastic.
And is that because he's high? Like, is that like the thing you think is going on?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's always like in a stupor. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like he. And like, yeah, his son is talking about how he knows he has a drug problem and blah blah blah. That it's just
It's a good film.
it is.
It's an interesting film with a different kind of storyline that you haven't really seen before, in my opinion. And it's with addiction as well as artificial intelligence, and it's an interesting cross between the two. And I think, whether reviewers didn't like it or not, that's whatever in my opinion, because of course they didn't like it because it's something different in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, not even in my opinion. It's just pure. It's something different. I've never seen a movie like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fun. By no means is it like
they could have cleaned it up a
super
couple times.
ground. Yeah, exactly. There things obviously could have been improved, but it's still just like, yeah, I don't know. It was enjoyable. It was cool watching him be homeless.
Like there's a couple times in it where you're like, obviously they're just homeless drug addicts, but then like stuff like that with the car and all that, it's like, oh wait, what? that's weird. And like they never go back and explain any of that. So then you're like, wait, did that really? I don't know. And like I said, like the reason I even mentioned the wallet because that happens before you meet or see anything else. So I still think that wallet scene is weird.
Before they even tell you
Yeah.
that there's a simulation even going on. And so the other thing is like when she has the gun, we see her throw it away, but then again when they come back to her, it's in her hand to where it's like, oh, was that a movie error or was that like a glitch in the fucking thing? Or so again, I don't know. They do leave a lot up, but it's still just like, nah, they're drugs. It was just drugs.
Yeah.
Have you guys looked into it? Like, has the director come out and been like, well, this is how?
That's the best part. You don't care enough to even
Yeah.
look into it.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
kind of like, you know, you
Okay.
can't, you know, I watched it in the middle of the day and like played Zelda,
Yeah.
I think. Like, you know, you don't have to invest time. It's just a
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
little like, hey, I haven't seen Owen Wilson in a while, and like here's Selma, let's just pop it on. Like, I'm not
100%.
expecting a lot, and what they had, you know, it's like it's a good little Amazon movie.
And the
For
drawings,
Amazon,
Did
it's
you-
like, hey,
the
you kept
drawings
me.
too, Jerry, were interesting. How he drew it, and then he.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so again, there are things that it's just like, okay, but yeah, I don't know. Rotten Tomatoes, you're what, 72% wrong.
Well, on IMDb, it also has a 5.3 out of 10.
It's so
Doesn't
funny though,
matter.
like, and
We
it
enjoyed it.
may be, but it is like it's like I feel like these sites like IMDb and Rotten Tomato, the rating system has been just used to fuck with people now. That it's like, can you even trust ratings? Because it's like, oh, I don't like this director, so just 1 star. I
Yeah.
didn't even see the movie, so it's like I don't even know. It's like I feel like a lot of these review just numbers. You're like, can you even trust this to mean anything?
Eternal Matrix of the Spotless Mind. That's an interesting. That's a very good.
I should rewatch that.
That's a very good title for what this movie is. It's a little bit of both. It is. I think Jerry just nailed everything. I agree so much with everything Jerry just said. The pacing was really well done in it, and for an hour and 45, if it went to 2:30, you know, or
Yeah.
2 hours plus, I think they would have lost me, and I probably would have given it a harsher rating. But because it's an hour and a half and the pacing was well done, it's entertaining. There's definitely flaws in it throughout the whole entire thing, but
And yeah, again, I don't. This is by no means going to this like, oh, this is a new Matrix. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah,
not. Like,
no.
yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
It's an Owen Wilson movie. Like, if you like Owen Wilson, you might like this.
if
I
you
do
like,
like
if
Owen
you like
Wilson.
weird sci-fi, if you like weird
Yeah.
sci-fi films, like surreal, it's like a surreal sci-fi.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I don't
gonna
remember what I
watch it.
gave it, but it's a strong B film. I don't know, Jerry, where you put
Yeah.
it, but it's a strong
Yeah.
B film.
Yeah, I'd put a B. I enjoyed it.
I'm gonna watch it, but listening to you guys talk about it, I'm just trying to understand. Did Selma Hayek, is she claiming to have created this drug that they're getting high on?
Yeah.
So she's the dealer and the creator, and so she's like, I'm the only one who can get you this thing.
No, she's also well. I mean, it's left for your imagination, Nick.
Okay, okay.
She's
yeah,
clearly
basically,
a drug
she-
addict too. That's just cuckoo.
But is she like super rich? Like, is she like a okay?
She thinks
'Cause,
she
yeah,
is.
I'm just trying to understand. Okay, yeah, I'm like, what is this movie? Like, okay.
So, because
I'm
again,
gonna watch it.
it's
I'm gonna watch
when you know, just when they go to the out or whatever, because it's just they explain why it would be this to where it's like, okay, I guess with what the world is supposed to do and everything is like, all right, so is she homeless or is it this program thing?
Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, definitely give it a watch.
It is
Yeah.
very
Definitely give
Matrixy
it a
in the
watch.
sense of like, let's just tell you that Neo, right?
Mhm.
Neo, yeah.
If we were like, all right, Neo's a drug addict, and Lawrence Fishburne is the drug dealer,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
and none of that happened.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
just
It's-
giving them strong dosages, and he's also on the drug. So he
Yeah,
also
yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne also believes it's real, but
like a
none of
shared
it, none of
delusion.
it's yeah, it's like a shared
Yeah.
delusion, yeah. But
Yeah.
because they do a couple little things throughout it, that like kind of lead you to believe like, wait a minute,
There's a little bit of credible,
the weird one is the wallet in the very intro of the movie, and it's there for you to catch. It like flickers, so then you're like,
Yeah.
whoa, wait, what? And like throughout the rest of the
Mhm.
movie, you're like, wait a minute, because there's other moments throughout the movie that you're like, whoa, wait, is this real? Like, and I think like I will say, and I'm sure this is what a lot of the review says, they probably could have done a better job of really pushing that and making it a little bit stronger of a film.
Yeah.
They didn't. And I can see
Yeah.
that's probably what a lot of people said in the reviews and stuff, but it was cool. It was different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I
I'll check
enjoyed
it out.
Yeah.
B movie. And then I don't know why we put this on, but we watched it. It's based on a true story.
Hmm.
And the interesting thing is we had seen this show a bunch advertised on Hulu, and it's like, what's this? I'm not gonna watch this. Watch this one with Elizabeth Olsen, and then like I don't know, towards the end, I realized it was a true story. I don't know what that was.
Are you going to watch the other one now just to see like how
Yeah, I
their
might.
interpretation of it? Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
because so
When did the other one come out, Jerry? Because this just came out.
last year, I guess.
Oh wow,
2002.
dude! Wow, that's
Where
crazy.
She looks more like the actual person. Where
And-
this was just kind of like Elizabeth Olsen.
Is the Elizabeth Olsen one just like normal, takes place in like our like normal life, where the other one takes place back then? Or they both kind
No,
of
they both take place in the 80s.
okay? Interesting.
But yeah, it's like Elizabeth Olsen has an affair with this dude, and then that dude's wife dies. Because she goes over there to get an argument, and she kills her with an axe and hits her 41 times. And
Elizabeth Olsen does?
Mm-hmm.
And they straight
Would-
showed that in the show.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
Did she have any kind of like violent thing before that? Like, is that
Oh,
was that
wow.
like out of character for the woman?
Go back, Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones. Oh,
Jessica
wow, yeah.
fucking Jones. Now I'm gonna watch this.
Dude, Scarlet Witch standing next to
Yeah.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, Nick D.
That's hell of cool.
Two of my favorite Marvel ladies together on screen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch this. Is Jessica Jones in it a lot?
She's her friend. Yeah, she's like in
Hell yeah.
every other
Ooh,
episode,
okay.
maybe.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I love
You just
Jessica
sold tubes
Jones.
on it.
Yeah, I love Jessica Jones.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like not
And there's
knowing.
6 episodes? Have
Seven,
you heard of
maybe?
have you heard of the case before this? Like, did you know like, oh, I know
No.
what happened? Oh, okay.
No, but again, they like tell you.
Do they follow
the
it all the way
tagline, though.
through? Like, do you see like again? Like, I don't know how you can spoil something like this if it happened. Like, does she go to jail in the end or something? Like, is it that kind of a story?
There is a trial and all that, and it's spoiler. It's no, she doesn't go to jail.
And
Wow,
and you're certain she does it, Jerry.
Oh, her
Oh.
defense is she did it. Like she's like, no, I did it, but like I'm not a crazy person,
And they don't put her in jail?
Mm-mm. So it's just interesting to watch and like to see her lawyer's defense and stuff. I won't spoil that.
Yeah.
'Cause I guess that's the show, but it.
She
She doesn't go to jail 41 times and uses a defense, like I was self-defense as her defense tactic.
Wow.
Is she still alive? Is she
Interesting.
still like alive and
I think
walking
so.
around?
Yeah, she's like a marriage counselor or something now.
Sweet. That's hilarious.
That's
Yeah, and
crazy.
That is outrageous.
The dude, the husband of the woman who was murdered, after the trial, gives the kids up to the grandparents and then like moves away and marries somebody else.
A third
He
woman.
just is like
I thought, yeah, really.
he just bounces. He's like over this
How-
out.
Some people get married so many times is beyond me.
And to just bail on the kids like that too, just like, here you go, mom and dad. Here are my kids. I'm leaving.
I think it was her parents.
Oh, wow. This is a wild story. Where did this take place?
Yeah.
This is like
Texas.
Texas, Tejas.
To think about those kids
And
that now
TV.
have 2 TV shows about their mom being murdered by this
Yeah,
lady.
back to back,
Yeah.
like one after another.
Who plays it in this
Yeah.
one? That actress looks familiar.
Jessica Biel.
Oh, Miss Timberlake. So Mrs. Timberlake,
yeah.
not so good, and Scarlet Witch, good.
Well, no. It was
Let's see
just,
the-
I
let's see the
hadn't,
IMDb
read it, and so
ratings.
then just reading it is just like, oh, I don't know. It just, I don't know.
So that got a 7.2.
7.2.
7.6. So if I was to do, I'd watch Love and Death.
7 episodes. 5 episodes though.
Ooh.
5 episodes.
See, now Tubi, 4 hours. What was the other one, Jared? 4 hours and 17. And this one, the 6 hours.
18.
Ugh. But they do have Jessica Jones in the other one.
Yeah.
So you could do each of them in a week. Just watch 1 episode a day, and you're done by the end of the week.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch the one with Jessica Jones.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna watch this one next, and then I'll be able to
Report
come
back.
back and repair.
What do you rate
this was-
that?
Yeah,
What do you give that one? Love and Death.
it was good. I would say, like A minus, B plus. Like, it was good story. All the acting was good. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's a normal true crime story, but
Murder porn.
but then, like, I will say again, looking into it a little bit, it's like, they went for the more accurate look. She definitely looked a lot more like the Jessica Biel than
That one
this
reads
Just
as
Being
the
Again
80s
was with
more.
Olsen.
Like
Yeah.
this one doesn't necessarily read as the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I
Those were
will
cool.
say though,
Or that was
the
cool.
Love and Death one, the promotion on Max has been heavy to where
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
that. I watch Hulu all the time, and I didn't see any promotion for Candy. So that's kind of interesting that, like,
Yeah.
I think
For real.
part of it might be that Love and Death just they promoted it a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd just seen the cover of this, but yeah, didn't know anything. Where HBO just has that PR team.
Go back to the
and-
Love and Death page really quick, Jer. I just want to see something really quick. Will the thing play? I just like, do you see the chick she axes in these trailers?
Yeah.
It's like a big character. Oh, so it's not like, okay, so it's like,
Yeah, they showed it in there.
wow.
Would you be interested
Whoa.
in having an affair?
Oh, just so you guys know, not that it matters, I did look, and we have been copyright striked a couple times on the show. I looked the other day.
Does it say
Really?
for what?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
That's so annoying. So how do we know what we did wrong?
It might. It looks like it's since we started doing the with sound stuff.
Okay.
I think.
So how do
I
other
think.
YouTube channels show clip?
There's like you got to run it through stuff, and there's ways to check to see if the clip allows it and stuff. It's the same issue I run into on Talking Stuff with McMaster. We never play sound on there, and we still get striked quite often. It doesn't matter for us though. We're not monetizing anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And if they told us to delete an episode, shit, we'll just have to delete
I
it.
guess it could have just went down. I don't know why I just didn't.
But I did want to mention that to you
Didn't
guys.
do it this
It made me
one.
remember it.
For sure.
Lily Rob.
Oh, wait. What else is... I know that actress. What else is Lily Raven? She's in something dope. Nah, it doesn't matter.
Well, we're now locked in, buddy.
So, dude, which one would you watch?
asked.
Tell us in the chat.
Maybe I'm just thinking
Oh,
of someone
she's in
else.
Shrinking.
What is she in Shrinking?
American Horror Story. Did you watch?
Oh, man,
Five
I think...
episodes.
I bet I'm thinking of American Horror Story. I just feel like I'm like, oh, I know that name and I know her face. Like, yeah.
Is she the lady that dates the strong guy that then like pushes him down the cliff?
No. I don't remember who she was. Oh, she's the daughter. She's Harrison's daughter.
Oh, I thought you meant the other daughter. I was like, no, she's not. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. With the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Legion. She was in Legion.
That I bet it was Legion, actually. Because I'm trying to think, like, how do I know her? I bet it was Legion. Okay.
Religion.
Hmm.
So yeah, watch that.
So, dude, you must not be listening to us. They're both based on a true
both-
story.
It's
It's the same show
same
twice.
story. Just one's on Hulu with Jessica Biel, and then one's on HBO with Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen.
So, dude, the one based on a true story.
But the old timey one. So
The
I'm
old timey
assuming
one, the
Hulu
Jessica
one.
Biel. Yeah, the Jessica Biel. That must be what he's talking about. Okay. That was funny, though, bro. You thought the same thing, Jerry. The one based
Yeah,
on a
it's
true
pretty
story.
good.
It's like the same show.
Yeah. And then,
Max. Okay.
we were wrong.
Oh, wow.
We were wrong.
Oh, so he's going to watch the one with Jessica Jones. I'm with you, Sadu. Yeah. All right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll watch the other one. Report back. But yeah, I think yesterday started to rewatch Scrubs. And it's just interesting watching a show from like 2001, and it's like super heavy on like sound effects when like they
Yeah.
arm movement starts whooshing, and then when the dude high fives, there's that like whoop.
Yeah.
And so it's just and there's like the inner monologue, and we also like happened to rewatch a few episodes of Malcolm in the Middle, and Malcolm in the Middle has like the inner monologue thing. So it was just like all these things that were like, oh, I didn't realize this era of shows were all doing this thing, but going back and watching a few back to back, it's like, oh, I see it. I like it.
Well, the sound
Yeah.
effects thing was
I like it.
the sound effects thing was going from like back in the day all the way up until like more modern day. You know, like that's
But
something.
I feel with this, it feels like they're going even more and hitting for that comical effect, you know?
Yeah.
It's like cartoony. Yeah.
Like they're doing it on
Scrubs-
purpose.
Scrubs-
I see.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Looney Tunes-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
And it weirdly for that show, it's like, oh, it works. Like this is a goofy show, which is also like, oh, I don't think they do, or at least I don't know of shows that do that.
Kind of like slapstick.
Like now, yeah, that it seems like, oh, again, that's a little dated.
Well, there's
that
no
it's just like, oh,
There's no real sitcoms right now, you know, for the most
Yeah.
part. I mean, I love
Mhm.
How I Met Your Father. I've been keeping up on that because I
yeah.
would. And they do little sound effects, not to the extent that I think you're talking about, though.
yeah, yeah.
This is a great show, though. I really enjoyed it back in the day. I don't know if watching it now how I'd feel about it, but going back to an earlier conversation we had, the early seasons were good, but by the time you got to 8 or 9, I kind of felt like I'd already tapped out.
Yeah, seriously. Because like any show, it like changes. By the time you get to like 7 or 8, it like, oh wow, dude, I forgot that guy, Dee's boyfriend, was in Scrubs. I'm like, oh yeah,
Oh my
That's-
god,
yeah. Like I was like, oh my god, they like crash back. I'm like, dude, he was in that show.
that's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah, Dee's boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, like you're right. It has a completely different feel, and like actors leave to go, they're on
Oh,
other
yeah,
stuff.
and the janitor dude was a big part. I forgot about him.
Yeah,
I remember
was
the
great.
janitor guy the most. Yeah,
Yeah, he was one of
a
my
good
favorite
part of the show.
and the lawyer or HR guy, like the sad mopey guy. I always loved
Oh
him.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's popping up a little bit more now.
yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Carla,
Yeah,
always
I'll-
loved
I'll
Carla. Oh, dude, that's
report
Zach
back
from
when I
Whitest
watch
Kids You
more.
Know, right? Maybe not. What the-
Uh,
No, it was a great show. I definitely had a crush on what's her name for quite some time. Due to
the
this
blonde,
show.
I forget her name.
Yeah.
Oh, and isn't she?
Beth.
Oh, she's yeah, she's Beth. Yeah.
Because then she went on to I just mentioned How I Met Your Father. She was on How I Met Your Mother for quite some time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. She's the one that Ted's about to end up with in the final season.
Huh?
Hmm.
Spoilers, he doesn't.
Stella.
Stella, yeah. Yeah. I didn't like her as Stella, though. Kind of a bitch. Sorry.
Not
Yeah,
a Stella
Scrubs.
fan.
Not a Stella
Good,
fan, no.
Good stuff. Interesting rewatch.
Oh, and that dude, yeah, totally. Wow. Wow, it was a promotion for a DVD. That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and Donald phase. Good cast.
Yeah, great cast.
Yeah.
It's interesting though. What's his name? Homie from Garden State. Like, he was a big deal there for a while, and he kind of just like, I don't know. I haven't seen him in anything in forever.
Yeah.
I know he did Cheaper by
Yeah.
the Dozen recently, but I'm pretty sure, Zach Braff, it was a flop if I'm not mistaken. Wait. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He was one of the aliens. We talked about it when it happened because like BK meant like he's like, so he's someone who's like, hey guys, like he's like one of the
Interesting.
I forget who, but we did talk about it.
Is it not?
It's a very small scene.
Oh yeah, Cheaper by the Dozen. Yeah. The reboot.
BoJack.
Yeah. Because I really like
the dad?
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. I'd watch it, but I just never got around to it. So if Disney Plus doesn't remove it for not getting enough views, because that is something they are doing right now.
If people aren't watching something, they'll take it off.
All streamers are doing that right now. Westworld is gone.
That sucks. That's stupid.
And that Raised by Wolves, Nick D, which is almost like a precursor to Aliens, and could have. And I swear, if that show would have kept going in popularity, we might have got xenomorphs in it.
That would have been so dope.
I never even got to watch season 2.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there was something.
Myself.
Yeah.
Me too.
There's something up with the with like mother and father. They for sure were like a similar.
They bleed white too.
They were an advanced. They were an advanced version, I would say.
Yeah.
of
No, 100%.
of the androids.
And like how
Like
Nick,
it could have taken
At that point.
Yeah.
Nick, how you were talking about the weird religion stuff, and like how like there's the creators or whatever, and then there was one above that. What'd you call it?
The Deacon.
The deacons and all that. Dude,
Yeah.
I swear, Raised by Wolves was discussing all that kind of stuff.
I believe it. I believe it. That's so whack that it's not on there. I like actually kind of forgot about it.
And if I don't think
Figure out how I can watch it.
I don't think Fats is in the chat, but just to name off a couple shows, God, Mighty Ducks has been removed.
Oh wow.
So they're definitely not. They're definitely not getting a third season. I know me and Fats both watched that. I watched. It was enjoyable. I know Fats was a big fan of it. They took that off. That show with the dog and I always want to say Starchy and Hutch. It's not Starchy and Hutch, but the dog
Turner and Hooch.
Turner and Hooch gone.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were talking about it on I think Fat Man Beyond. About how the streamers are now removing a bunch of shows.
Wow.
Both HBO and Disney Plus, and I'm sure all of them are doing it. And it's stuff that isn't getting watched, or from their viewing numbers. They're like, no one's watching this, and they don't want to pay the writers or the actors residuals. So they're just like, well, not enough people is watching this. It costs too much to keep it on the streamer. It's gone.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Yep. Not so mighty are those ducks. Yep.
It's crazy that now that we live in a time where like it kind of seems like DVD production is slowing down to what it was like 10 years ago, that like now shows that really are just going to start like disappearing.
Like legit disappearing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I can't. There's nowhere I can watch that legally.
That's
go to
what's
like
crazy.
eBay and get a bootleg copy. Yeah.
It's almost going to become like how like not to get into a larger conversation here, but I watch shout out to the Wolf Brothers. When they do the video game podcast, they talk about how it's kind of BS about how Nintendo or PlayStation or Sony, Xbox, they care so much about people uploading the video games and using it on what is it called, Nick? When emulators and stuff, right? But they're like, if you guys don't want to sell us the game, what's the issue? If you're not going to reissue it for a new console, then why can't I emulate it? And I kind of feel the same way now about like freaking the like Mighty Ducks the TV series or Willow. They took Willow away. I know Sadu knows how much I liked Willow. That's gone. Which also left on a cliffhanger, which is why I hate cliffhangers. It's just like end it, so at least it ends, but whatever. But I do think, I'm not one to be for stealing stuff. I usually am like, hey man, like pay whatever it is or get the hard copy. But if there's no hard copy available and I can't watch it on a streamer,
Yeah.
you're really leaving us no choice but to illegally download.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It's almost like the Star Wars Christmas. The only way to get it is illegally.
Yeah.
You know, so kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah.
No Marvel, no Star Wars has been touched yet, though. Interesting enough.
Yeah, but I wonder what the first one will be, though. It's only a matter of time before they're like, people aren't watching Daredevil anymore. Like, I wonder.
Nah, it's gonna be like Miss Marvel. I mean, I'm just gonna throw it out there. You know, I liked it. I watched all of it, but I'm imagining that's got to be the low hanging fruit. Maybe Hawkeye. Loki seems to be popular, so I imagine that would stay. I don't know, Nick. That's a really good question. I think they're gonna wait a little bit before they mess with any of that, because more of it's coming out as it's going. And then with Star Wars, like there isn't that much to begin with.
Yeah.
Like Boba Fett would be, you know.
Yeah.
I guess that's the low hanging, because it seemed like Obi-Wan was more pop. Doesn't matter, but you know, we could go on about that. But it's interesting that they are starting to remove stuff.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, pretty weak.
Is that everything, Jerry?
Pretty weak. Yeah, those were all the movies
And shows. Wow.
Yeah.
and shows.
I am real
We have
quick.
the
Well, one thing I did want to say, one last show. You don't have to look it up. I have started that Arnold TV series.
Oh, I keep wanting to watch it. I keep forgetting about that.
I'm 5 episodes
Fubar.
in. Fubar, yeah.
What is it on?
Karina started that.
Netflix.
Hell yeah.
Netflix.
He's in charge
Karina
of
started
action
that.
films at Netflix now.
Oh, sick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's why that like.
So will we?
Netflix
yeah,
just
we'll
got a
see
lot
little bit
fucking
more of him.
cooler.
Yeah.
I was very down on Netflix, and then I heard that little nugget. That's great.
Yeah, and dude, I'll be honest. I mean, let's be real. Arnold's not a great actor. You know, he's good. He does Choppa at one point. It was like they wrote that in there on purpose.
Hell yeah.
It's a fun show though, because the show isn't taking itself to be super serious.
Yeah.
It kind of works.
Yeah. You like him. They know you like him. So they're like, here's him just Larry David and it around.
And the dude Jay from She's Out of Your League.
Burchell.
Yeah.
Jay Burchell.
Sadu's favorite, How I Train Your Dragon. He is
know who that is.
one of the main actors in it. He's also in Fanboys, the Star Wars movie.
You know
Oh, I love
Jay
Fanboys.
from The End of Us.
End of Us, yeah. End of
is
Us.
the end.
This is the end, yeah.
This is the end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Love that.
He's in it as well, and I'm a big fan of his work. It's a fun show. You know, if you go into it thinking it's going to be the next big action show, I think you'll be disappointed. If you go into it being like, this is just going to be a kind of a fun show with some gnarly action. Like, it has some cool action in it, too. It's fun. It's fun.
Hell yeah.
So I just want to throw that out there, you know. I'm going to hopefully finish that. I hope to finish that by the weekend. We'll see.
Yeah.
Just to get that resolved.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jay
Yeah.
Burchell.
Yeah. Oh, he's in Tropic Thunder as well. Yeah.
What is it? Is it like I fucking hate the Shawshank Redemption? What movie does he say he hates? Or I think it's fucking horrendous.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. I think it's fucking horrendous.
Yeah. Talking to Emma Watson and Craig Robinson.
So if you guys got some downtime, they're 45-minute episodes. Arnold's Arnold in it.
So yeah,
I would definitely check that out.
Went to get a haircut, and I came back. Karina's watching an episode. I was like, "What are you watching?" She's like, "I don't even know." She's like, "It was the top show on Netflix. I put it on. Arnold's in it. I don't know what's going on, and I think I'm gonna watch it."
That's awesome.
The
based
daughter in
on
it
her-
is from the new Top Gun. Arnold's daughter in it in the show is
Was what's her
Okay.
name's daughter in Top Gun? The gal who owns the bar, was it her daughter? I'm just trying to think of the actress.
Oh no well, the female pilot lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's cutie. It's a good show.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, was kind of just randomly. I was actually kind of thinking, I was like, oh, I kind of want to watch Top Gun Maverick again. Like, I kind of thought I was done with that movie, but that was a good movie. That was a good movie.
I saw it once in the theater. I wouldn't mind giving it a second watch.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
as soon as it's, I don't think it's free yet anywhere. Maybe it is, but I still think you have to rent it. But if it's free, like on Max or something, I would definitely
I
watch
swear it was on Max at one point, but maybe I'm wrong.
that. Okay, yeah, maybe, probably.
It might be
yeah.
already gone though, Nick. It might have came and gone on Max. Like they,
Because I feel like the other day I saw it, it was like $3.99. Watch Maverick.
yeah.
Another show real quick that did watch that Karina watched, and I was there and saw most of it. I'll pull it up in a second.
But you were
just wanna see
Zeldaing?
where. Yeah, well, I was Zeldaing.
How's that going though, bud?
Paramount. So what's Paramount? Amazon. But it says it's included with Prime.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
it's free now.
Yeah, it might be on.
Oh,
Amazon
sick.
Prime, yeah.
Stream.
Sick. Hell yeah.
Good. I'm going to the fourth area to deal with that. So, and then I hear there's something you have to do before you can go Ganon. But I'm doing like the side missions and stuff as I can and pass them. So like, I'm taking longer than I probably need to finish the main story. But I'm getting armor and like weapons. So like now fights are actually doable. So it's nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's
That's awesome.
It's nice.
I'm getting there in Breath of the Wild. I'm just doing.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna
It
try to
takes a
do
minute.
all the shrines. I'm saying, f the side missions. I'm going for all the shrines.
I mean,
That's
having
dope.
the hearts and the stamina, like, it's so nice being able
Seems
to not
crucial,
just die in
yeah.
one hit.
And I'm just, I you know what, Jerry? I realized I'm an idiot. I need to use the other shrines or the towers, transport to them instead of stupid walking around or riding the horse. Stupid.
Yeah.
And I just
jump around.
I actually saved the map with all the shrines on my phone. So I just look at my phone. I'm like, oh, that's over there. Okay. And then I
when you're near one, yeah.
I transport or whatever to one, and then I walk the distance to around where it should be in my little like what's the shrine thingy or what's the
Little radar thing.
the pad yeah the
Puripad or
the iPad.
something.
Oh, the Sheikah tablet.
Nick T.
Oh yeah.
It like alerts you and says, "Hey, this is here," and then I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
But dude, I played all day. I know you were playing, Jerry, because it pops up on my thing. But I played like almost all day yesterday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw you were on when I hopped on.
I was grinding, bro. I want to finish it, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you will.
I will.
But yeah, just I watched this with Karina, and it's basically Queen's Gambit, but French and about wine. She's like she's a super taster or something. Like her dad owned a vineyard and made wine, super famous.
What is that
And
called? A
this is his,
sommelier?
So sommelier.
Sommelier, yeah. Sommelier.
This is his like apprentice, and then he is like, to get my inheritance, you guys are gonna go through a test of like who knows more about wine, and whoever wins will get my inheritance. And it's Queen's Gambit, but about wine, made by French people.
Is it a true story?
Oh, sorry, Nick D first.
They're I don't know. I don't think it's a true
Because
story.
is the Queen's Gambit a true story? I have no idea. Is the Queen's Gambit about
it's
chess?
Yeah, Queen Gambit's about
It
chess.
is, but is it? I don't know.
They're doing a season 2, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I swear
yeah.
they're doing a season 2
have no
Queen's
idea.
Gambit. I swear I saw that somewhere. Like they're gonna start shooting a second season. Maybe I'm
But
wrong.
yeah, there are subtitles because they speak French, Japanese, and English. So there are some scenes that they have.
Did it say it was
subtitles,
based
but
off a
not-
manga series?
That would.
That would be the ultimate twist. That's really so. I was just thinking about how I wish movies, and I know this is a thing that does exist in movies, but I wish like TVs and games did this more, where multiple languages were spoken throughout the show. Like I really like that. I think that's cool. Like, yeah, the Japanese characters speak Japanese, and like the Dutch guy is going to speak Dutch. Like, I like that in movies.
Yeah, I can dig that. If it's all different languages, that's cool.
And subtitles for the ones you don't know. Like, they're like, well, in America, all the English people aren't going to have subtitles.
That's kind of how All Quiet in the Western Front was. Only the Germans speak English, but the French speak French.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, I might have had it on dub.
Yeah.
It might be available where it's like both are speaking the right languages. Wait, so this is
That'd
based
be
off
cool.
a manga? Manga?
I don't know,
Manga?
I'm just gonna look it up.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that was the other thing.
And what would you rate
I
that, Jerry?
watched. I don't know. It was fine. I didn't care. So.
Did Karina like it though? Like, 'cause she watched
Yeah.
all of it. Like, and do you think?
Yeah, she
getting the
would
whole-
probably give
yeah.
it like A plus. I feel
Dang.
she really liked it.
Wow. That's
and
high.
it was whatever. I don't know. It
Type in drop
be-
of God's manga. Let's even just see if we can get like a picture of it.
Oh, so it is a manga.
Boom. Wow,
Oh, wow.
that's wild.
Nick D's going to watch this now.
Maybe.
Speaking on manga real quick, there was a question directed to you, Nick D, in the chat. Had Nick D watched an animated series, Demon Slayer? Curious to know what he thinks. Sadizzle.
Yeah. Joe, wait. Pull up Demon Slayer. I just want to make sure I'm thinking of the right thing.
I've heard of this one on Trash Taste. Shout out to
I'm pretty
Trash
sure
Taste.
I'm pretty sure I love Demon Slayer. I mean, I'm trying to think. Am I thinking of Demon Slayer? Or am I thinking of Goblin?
I know Sadu mentioned to me that
to see.
he doesn't have Netflix, so he can't watch Cowboy Bebop. So he went with this one. I think this is available on.
Oh yeah, dude, this is great. I love Demon Slayer. The second season just came out on Crunchyroll.
What is this?
fucking-
What is this available on? I know Sadu's not watching it on
It's
Crunchyroll.
it's on Crunchyroll. Sadu, after the show, we'll text you the sign-in info for Crunchyroll.
I
so you
need
can
that
watch
too.
all this.
Actually, I need that too.
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll
I
drop
don't
that
need
in
it.
the.
Actually,
Big streaming companies.
yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. We don't do that here at Over the Show. We don't pirate shit. Don't emulate games. Don't use audio clips on
Hulu
YouTube.
and Netflix.
We're a bunch of good boys over here.
First, I want to say
Of
though,
them?
when I'm paying for 5 of them as is though, it's like, bro, I should be allowed to get one going
Yeah,
here.
exactly,
Let's be real
exactly.
here.
Exactly.
It's like Crunchy.
Yeah,
You get some money from Disney or HBO or one of these other
100%.
people or Nintendo. I'm
Disney.
paying them.
Plus two.
Exactly.
Not Disney Plus in America. There's no way. There's no way that it's available on Disney Plus America.
Oh yeah, that would blow my mind.
Yeah, no way.
Nah. Yeah.
But maybe they have it in Disney Plus Japan. Like that's.
Or
Wild.
Euro.
Oh yeah. They've got, I love that kid. Oh, is that someone's video of the week? You got my vote.
Hold on.
I
Hold
fucking
on.
love that kid.
Wait, we're almost there. We're almost there.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer though is highly talked about. It is a top
Yeah.
tier anime for sure. I've heard Trash Taste rate it high. I'm pretty sure they have.
Yeah.
I just think it's. I don't know anything but about anime. I mean, I know a little bit, but I feel like if Sadu's digging that, man, there's a bunch of other ones Sadu you got to check out.
Yeah. Like Sadu, like when you finish season 1, did he start it?
Sadu, how far are you into it?
Because yeah, when
He
you
said the
finish
first
season
show
1,
that's got me interested.
let's talk about it, and then also I need to start season 2. And there's I think a movie, bro. We got to watch that Demon Train thing. We should do like a whole Demon Slayer episode. I'm hella down. And I honestly, like you guys too, I think you would actually really like Demon Slayer because you already know what I'm going to say. It's anime X. Like, it's exactly what you think it is. It's cool as shit.
See, this is
Like,
another
yeah.
this is another screensaver. We need a PG-13 one, and we need a freaking X. It's like X-Men.
X-Men.
Yeah.
That's Nick D's catchphrase, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
It's
it.
straight up X.
It's straight up
Yeah.
X-Men.
It's I mean, yeah, it's kids with powers fighting demons. Like it's X.
Because you could easily
yeah.
say that JoJo's X-Men too.
JoJo's they're mutants. Like yeah,
They're
it's
kind of
all
X-Men-y too, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can see that argument. This anime, the animation on this looks a little weird for my taste, but I now knowing Sadu's watching it, it does make me now want to watch it. Oh, it's on Netflix?
It's on Netflix and Crunchyroll, yeah.
And
The only
Hulu.
thing with
And Hulu.
I don't know if the newest season is on Netflix. I could be wrong because the last I saw, the newest season was on Crunchyroll, but maybe it is all on Netflix. Yeah.
And Hulu.
It's on Hulu. The fourth one
Oh,
is on
and-
Hulu.
Oh, wow.
Then yeah, it's out. Then there you go. It's out.
Sadu says
but
he's
for a minute
16
there-
episodes in.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
He says
When you
there's
get to
about
that
50
spider
episodes-
lady.
50 episodes total.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
I'm a fan. I think it's really cool.
to be
It
honest,
reminds me of Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, yeah,
oh really? Little
yeah,
Jujutsu Kaisen.
it's got a lot of the same vibes. Yeah,
Fifth.
you know what like just for something you guys have seen. It's a way less creepy Chainsaw Man.
Oh
Like
really?
there's I don't want to say there's no like sexual stuff. There's probably a little bit, but it's not as gory. Like it's a way more like, oh, you could recommend this to people and not feel like pervert.
It's
You know
kid
what I mean?
friendly. It's kid friendly. Chainsaw Man.
It's 13-year-old friendly. I still wouldn't recommend it to
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
10-year-old.
That's what I meant by kid.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not showing my niece this. Yeah.
No. But yeah, you got little cousins that you're like, yeah, watch this. You'd like this. It's on Netflix. Yeah.
Let me ask you something, Nick. Now that we're on anime. Oh wow.
So yeah, I was gonna say, I guess there's a little bit of sexual stuff, but
they're probably minors too, knowing.
yeah, those are great episodes. Once they get to the Spider Family, those are great episodes. Yeah.
Now, Nick, we all know I'm a H3 simp.
Yeah.
Ethan's been talking heavily about Berserker.
Oh, the Keanu Reeves thing, or just Berserk?
The Berserk, the anime, and how it's like
yeah,
super gnarly, I guess.
The Berserk was the manga I was telling you about not too long ago. It's like it's the most fucked up thing I've ever read. Like I love Berserk. I'm currently reading it, but yeah.
That's something that's right now not available on any streamers, or you can only get that illegally downloading. That's what they were saying. Now I don't know if they don't use Crunchyroll or something, and it's available on Crunchyroll, but they were going off about how that show is just crazy.
I think what he might be talking about is that, like, because I think on Crunchyroll you can see all the stuff that was redone of Berserk in the last maybe 10-ish years. But what he's probably saying is that you can't get anywhere without just streaming illegally. Is the original 26 episode Berserk? So yeah, that's I can get you a link for that. I know where to get that, but it's not like on a streaming.
No, you
service
don't,
yet.
Nick. You do not know where to get that.
Yeah, I don't even know where. I don't know what you're talking about.
We also need a warning screen here too, Jerry.
Yeah.
That's interesting though. They're speaking highly of it. They're like, wow, like this. He was going off about it, and they were saying how much they really enjoyed that show. He also brought up Chainsaw Man and how much he really liked Chainsaw Man, which we know how my feelings were on Chainsaw Man. But I did enjoy Chainsaw Man, and when season 2 comes out, which I think is early next year, is what they were saying.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch season 2. I'm not gonna not watch season 2.
And I think all of your criticisms are completely I think you're right. You're supposed to be disturbed by that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, it's
and as the story progresses too, we'll probably get a lot of answers for some of my issues that I had with the show.
Yeah, how there's no answers at all. They give you no information.
And no background on a lot of those characters. I'm sure we'll even get flashbacks about some of the other characters that have passed away. Spoiler, but not really because that show just goes fast.
Yeah.
I'd love to have Sadu watch Chainsaw Man and hear what he thinks of that. I'd really be intrigued to hear what Sadu says about Chainsaw Man.
Too.
Yeah. This show, Jerry. Have you watched this?
The original one is rated higher. No, but I played the video game back in the day and really liked the character. But no, I haven't.
The thing with this
supposed
this
to be
thing
gnarly.
Of Berserk, it is really gnarly. But the thing is that's actually kind of the ironic thing about this is that this is the intro to Berserk. So Berserk, there's 3 kind of phases. There's young Guts, middle Guts, and then current story arc Guts. This is just young Guts, and this is fucked up. And it's this is just the beginning of the story. When you push even a little bit past this into the manga, it is, like I said, the most fucked up thing you've ever read.
Kind of sounds like JoJo in the sense of season 1.
Is so different. The young Guts story compared to where he is now, they are different shows.
Yeah,
it's not it's this is a night this. I mean, what is that? Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and then now where Berserk is, it's Mandy. It's metal dark fantasy.
Dude, I want to
dragon. Yeah, they are different things.
It looks gnarly. Yeah, I want to get into this.
I got all the manga too. Come and take a couple of volumes of the manga and read it. It's fucking amazing.
I'm still.
No.
I mean,
again, no rush, but I got it all.
We all know. I guess this would be my placeholder here. JoJo, I'm still hook line, and I got the manga. I need to finish reading the manga. I'm only on book 1 still.
Hell yeah! Oh, that's right. That's yeah, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, read that.
I'm
burn through
sold on
that.
JoJo and Nick D.
Yeah.
Like Nick D got me hooked on that, and that's why I so do when you get a chance, JoJo.
Dude, as
Jerry,
soon as we're
when
done,
you get a chance, JoJo.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a big
I'm about to
JoJo
finish
spokesman.
season 6, and I want everyone to start watching JoJo because then you want to talk tier lists. Let's get into some JoJo tier lists.
You know who I would already say. Joseph's the best.
I mean, there's the JoJos, there's the stands, there's the seasons, there's the villains. Like it's like, dude, we could just become a JoJo tier list show once we all watch it. You know, like there's always that.
Yeah, there's so much to go through. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Outfits. Who's got the best style? Like, yeah.
Well,
who's got the best theme song?
Jotra's outfit in season 3 or no, season 2 is the end half of season 2 is fantastic. But in season 3, you said this best, Nick. They make him look like a boy band member, and they just kind of lose it a little bit. But
yeah, he's significant, and he's significantly less cool. Especially when you look at him through the eyes of Josuke, you're like, oh my god, who is this dork? Like, who's this college kid? And you're like, that's Jotaro. He was one of the biggest like badasses in the world 5 years ago. Like,
yeah. And yes, Sadu and Jer, I see you guys in the chat. I'm not gonna, dude, until you guys watched, especially Jer, who watches anime, bro. Jer, I'm telling you, bro, your brother has never been more right about anything than that show's amazing. And the fact that you play music, bro, they make, bro.
Yeah.
I want to get into it.
It's like literally made for me. It's like, here's an anime with all the memes, like, and I'm like, oh my.
It's so good, bro. It's so good. All right, let's get off anime. Me and Nick D will go for hours. Let's do video of the week. This is where we need to have a song play.
Ow.
Video of the week.
Supposed to have like sound.
Mine has to have sound. If mine doesn't have sound, it's not gonna hit the same.
And yeah, mine's gotta have sound too. Yeah. But again, my thing I don't think can be copywritten because it's like a mashup. It's already been changed.
Dude, mine's under 30 seconds. There's no way it should be copywritten, but whatever.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Mine.
Oh, that's a.
You a hoe, Curtis. Man, Scotty is weirding me out, man. Oh, man. Curtis, I hurt myself out here. Come out here and help me, man. Please. Why you ain't come help me, Curtis?
Oh, my God.
Because you got your little human friends back here with the camera? Then bring your ass outside. Get these fresh skibbity paps. Hey,
that just reminds me, Jer, of you and BK's video.
Yeah.
That you and BK made.
Yeah.
That just, I mean,
should get back into that.
Dude, the video.
Into that game.
Yeah, that video you and BK made was great. That's cool. That was the cat. The cat's face sells it right there.
Yeah. For sure.
Like
Definitely feral and wild as fuck. Yeah. Another deleted scene.
Another Nick D deleted scene.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Shit from Alien. My Cousin Vinny.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
That's from My Cousin Vinny?
And that's the alien ship?
Yeah, that's the Juggernaut, yeah. So it's like, he's like a lawyer and he walks up to it and he's like, what?
I like it. Refresh. Give it a second.
Oh, this one's money, bros. I'm about to dominate you guys this week.
Yeah, this kid's like a phenomenon right now.
Let me reopen it.
The Great Kitten Escape. Addie just wrote it in the chat. Totally an homage to The Great Kitten Escape. Addie, I'm glad you're here to see this video I submitted. Don't vote yet, boys. Oh.
No matter how hard you try on being a grilled cheese dude. See this? This is grilled cheese, and this is my favorite food. I love grilled cheese, and you will never stop me from liking grilled cheese, okay? You will never stop me, no matter how hard you try on being a grilled cheese dude. See this? This is grilled cheese, and this is my favorite food. I love grilled cheese, and you will never stop me from liking grilled cheese, okay?
The bite at the end, dude. The
Yeah,
bite
yeah.
at the end
Yeah.
sold me, boys. I was like, this
I'm-
is good. The dudes will
I
like
just want to
this.
say
Yeah,
that
grilled cheese,
yeah,
dude.
that we hear it over the show. Stand firmly with our grilled cheese dudes. Like we have your back, and we're there with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
man.
let anyone ever try to stop you.
Fuck is this piece of shit?
That to you.
Wow. Right now, we're a
Yeah.
tie. 33, 33, 33. I
Hell
thought
yeah.
I thought
That
I
doesn't
was
make sense. Grilled cheese dudes is like the best one.
I
That just
thought
doesn't
grilled-
make sense.
You know?
I mean, Jerry, yours is great, but it just reminds me of a video the OVerShow made. So I'm like, that's good, but it's not as good as like I think the one that you would
Dude,
dude.
You will never stop me, no
I thought when
On
I
being
when I
a
saw
grilled
this,
cheese-
I was like, oh, that's my
Yeah.
clip of the week for like next week. Like I knew instantly. Like I sometimes they just hit you and you're like, that's it.
It's a call to arms. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, like
You will never stop me, no matter how hard you try
that this guy's
on
fighting
being
right
a
now.
grilled cheese dude. See this? This is grilled cheese, and this is my favorite food. I love grilled cheese, and you will never stop me from liking grilled cheese, okay?
oh man, that bite is so
That fight
good.
is so good.
Yeah,
He's
that fight was
serious,
an act
dude.
of defiance.
Oh,
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
serious,
Yeah,
It is.
he
dude.
is not messing around.
I haven't seen this kid before, Nick D. That was my first.
Yeah, he started popping up for me like maybe yesterday, the day before on Twitter. Like yeah, like he's been flooding social media the last like day or two.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
So dude's digging the
And
Under
again,
Armour
it's-
shirt.
and as soon as you see it, you're like, fuck yeah, buddy, me too. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I want a grilled cheese now.
And there's like a dog next to him. I really wish we got to see the
Exact-
doggo, but
I hope that dog gets a bite. Yeah,
yeah.
I hope
Hopefully.
that dog's got his own grilled cheese.
I don't know if he, yeah, I was gonna say it's more
Yeah.
likely he has his own grilled cheese. I don't think
Yeah.
this guy's
Sharon.
Brandon Max is sharing his he drinks
Bra-
Mountain Dew.
Brandon Max, hit up the show. We'd love to have you on and just talk about breads
Yeah.
and cheeses.
What? Yeah, exactly. Do you always stick to the same bread and the same cheese? Do you have a go-to method? I mean, so
Is
I
it a
see the outside of
panini?
your. Well,
You got some
so
nice
I think
crisp
he-
there.
Yeah, no. So it's either a nice wide pan and he's getting something heavy on there to get the pressure on there the entire time, or like he's
Yeah.
got a flat top. Like he. I
think a
don't
flat
he's
top.
messing around with his grilled
A little,
cheeses.
little panini
Yeah.
press.
Yeah.
And maybe Dudesy, you could get us in contact with Brandon Max, and then this is like a whole full circle thing. But yeah, we got some questions.
I mean this with the utmost respect. Brandon Max and Dudesy kind of sound alike. So if we had them both on the same podcast, that'd be pretty cool. I would like to hear these two talk to each other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was our videos of the week. I thought that was some pretty good videos.
Yeah.
We will end the poll. Addie's going off about grilled cheeses in the chat.
Yeah,
As
chat,
he
let us
should.
know what's your method. I'll say this every now and then. It's not a thing I normally do. Every now and then, I like a couple of slices of tomato in a cheese.
Oh, yeah. Nick D. Nick D.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if Simone's in the chat, I mean, is it still a grilled cheese at that point? Like,
That's
Yeah.
true.
You
I know there
he's
is debate about this.
very-
He's
Yeah,
particular
really?
about
Nobody
such things.
switched their vote to grilled cheese, dude.
No, we
Yeah,
ended.
You let me down.
We ended in a tie tonight.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Mhm.
I think it's that you add a meat. I think it also to Jerry, to me, it depends on the ratio here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
depends
I think that
on
that
the
really
ratio.
is the answer. I think that's because it can easily become a tomato sandwich if you got a
If
the
tomato
ratio
is the heavy thing is
Yeah.
tomato. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I think
That makes sense.
I think you just pegged it too.
Yeah.
I think you pegged it.
you know.
Oh, Sadu disagrees with you guys'.
He's saying no, just it's got to be cheese.
Yeah, so
bread.
He's saying it's not a grilled cheese, but Addie's saying is that's fine. It's not his preference, but that's fine.
Okay. Okay.
The thing to me, Nick,
I think that's
is you
fair,
said
yeah.
that there was 3 slices. You threw out that it was almost like it was minimal.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like it really is almost like a texture thing
Yeah.
rather than a taste thing. I mean, I do like tomatoes, but you know, it's
Yeah.
more just as a
Yeah.
make it a little firmer.
And like a nice firm tomato too. We're not talking about a squishy
Yeah.
guy here. Yeah.
a little al dente. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well,
Grilled cheeses are great. I haven't had one in a minute.
See,
Grilled
I don't
cheeses are
know.
great.
I don't know about that. I'll do a tomato on a bagel with cream cheese, but I like a little bit thinner. Like I don't like you guys are saying like, oh, a little bit bigger or whatever. It's like I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's where
no, it's the
bless you,
volume. It's the
would.
volume, Jer. It's the volume.
Okay, well,
Yeah. I know what you're saying, Jer. I cut my tomato thicker too.
yeah.
But I mean, I'll sit there. You know what I've been getting really into. Speaking of tomatoes and stuff. Oh man, Jer. I've been just grilling up tomatoes and then putting a little salt on it. Just grill the tomato.
Hell
up.
yeah, dude, for real. Yeah,
Kind,
yeah.
kind of like
Have you done that?
British breakfast or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Do that, but then like turn it into a caprese with a little
I have.
mozzarella.
I have.
and,
Yeah,
some basil.
dude.
And a little vinegar,
Yeah.
whatever. The
Balsamic.
the balsamic vinegar
There's
from Trader Joe's.
Different
Trader Joe's
Hell
got
yeah.
a really good
Different
balsamic
grilled cheese,
vinegar.
tiers. Oh wow, that's a good idea.
Oh, what
Well, I guess
cheese?
yeah.
See, I'm a fancy cheese guy. I'd go with that fourth one over. It would be S tier for your boy. I can't do Kraft singles.
Oh,
or any of that.
burrata. Yeah, burrata's great. Yeah.
That might just be a nice
Or is
fresh
that-
mozzarella.
Oh, is that mozzarella? Yeah.
That might be. I don't know, Nick D. But either of those, either the two you just named off, a mozzarella or a burrata, I go with that.
Yeah. I also, you know what is top tier for me is manchego.
Oh, manchego, yeah.
Mm.
It's
yeah.
like a Spanish, kind of reminds me of Parmesan. Like I really like manchego. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I mean, are we about to? We're not diving into this right now.
No.
Okay.
No. I just wanted to see if there were grilled cheese tier lists. There are.
Really quick, just go back to that grilled cheese one that you just had. I just want to see, is that like how you want it like prepared? It's not even like what cheese.
I think
it's
so.
Like cut in half. How burnt? Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Like I think this is like whole. Nothing. This is a little less toasted, but super melty. So maybe American
Yeah.
cheese. This
That's
kind of looks
thin
like a classic
cheese,
triangle.
more bread. Yeah.
This they're dipping and like there's something going on here. Can't really see. This is burned.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's Cajun style.
crispier.
Yeah, Cajun style.
This
yeah.
again. Oh, is this like Texas toast they're doing?
I
it
was gonna
with?
say that. Yeah, it looks like that's like a really thick piece of bread. Yeah, so that's probably
this is a
and then
panini.
panini.
I mean, to me, all of them are
This-
panini, but
Oh, this is cut like a psycho.
Yeah.
Like that's a weird way. I don't know. I feel you'd cut it the other way. Anyway, and then this multicolored one. That's fun.
Is the multicolored one like, because I've never seen a grilled cheese like that? Are they just doing
Yeah.
that to show that it's melty?
that's Pride
I
Month,
think
bro.
it's just
That's
fun.
for Pride Month,
Yeah.
dog. They just
Oh,
threw that
I
in
think
there.
it's just fun.
That's-
Oh, I bet you're right.
no, I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know.
Oh.
I have no clue.
No.
They were like, it's Pride Month. Throw that in there at the end. Why not?
Maybe make your own.
You know what?
But
I
yeah.
feel like we clearly have a big topic here. I actually don't have much to say about it. I did like Nick D's little add-on because I love adding stuff on here. But people seem more passionate about it than I will only do it if it's fancy cheeses. But clearly there's a bigger topic here. Maybe like what we did when we had the chicken sandwich. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a meeting of the minds once again and bring everybody on for a grilled cheese off.
Love it.
The thing is, though, is like it's always gonna be. It's almost like burgers. And me and Fats have had this conversation many a times. Burgers are never as good as till you're the one making them.
100%.
And I feel like
100%.
grilled cheese is the same thing. I can make the best grilled
Exactly.
cheese. I would
Yeah.
never, and I know Addie's gonna get flabbergasted because he buys them from Nations, which is some disgusting stuff. But I would never go out of my way to buy grilled cheese. Never.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. It'd have to be unless we were at a fancy dancy French restaurant, Jerry. I'm looking at you because you're Mr. French. And it was like some real fancy bread, some real fancy cheese. I'm not gonna order that. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to go to a diner and get. So
Yeah.
a lot of people like the. I mean, so again, we're just sort of opening up cans of worms here, going into this further. But a lot of people like the grilled cheese from In-N-Out.
That's stupid. That's stupid.
I
That's
actually
stupid.
that's offensive.
Yeah.
That's
Same thing
stupid.
with because it's the same one at Jack in the
That's
Box.
a sandwich.
Where like, yeah, the one at Nations. I like the one at Nations, but at the same time, I'm like, why would I get this? I'd get a burger or breakfast. Like I'd get a real meal. Like you know what I mean? Like I love grilled cheeses, but when you're at a restaurant,
yeah.
you get something more hearty.
No, thank you, Fats, my dog, because me and Fats have had this conversation many a times. You're no. And I agree with Fats. Fats has won me over the years. Now we're getting into a deeper conversation, but I'll end it here. Fats has broken me down. There's no point in getting burritos. There's no point.
Yeah.
For the most part, a burrito, like, I don't know. Fats got into my head about that one. I used to like them
burritos,
too,
you guys can
dude.
fuck yourselves.
But dude, I if they have a plate, a carne asada plate, now
Yeah.
I'll go with the plate, and they'll give you the little tortillas on the side too, usually. So it's like I can make my own little burritos right there at the table and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, I think Fats is right about that one. He won me over with that, especially if you're at a sit down restaurant or something. I'm not ordering a burrito. Like if I go to La Piñata, no, I'm getting the carnitas plate or the carne asada plate, whatever it may be, and then they'll give you the little tortillas on the side. And I'll make my own little thing, and maybe I'll just dip and I'll do do it how I want. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of feel the same thing about a burger, and I don't know. This is a deeper conversation.
I feel this entire time was like, oh, Fats came in earlier, then he's gone. The second we start talking about grilled cheeses and what's involved.
Well,
yeah.
He also wrote Jerry. He wrote, "Welcome back, Fats."
Oh, wow, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He announced.
Nice.
I like how Fats in the chat he announces himself.
Yeah.
He lets it
taking
be
full-
known. I saw it pop up, and I was like, "Oh, Fats is back!" Right in time. But yeah, Fats really like. And I'll also say, because we used to make burgers quite often. I know you and Fats did a lot, but even when we lived at the house, we'd do it, and those were the best burgers. I don't even like buying burgers from anyone. I think
it's the worst. It's so upsetting. It's so upsetting.
I like my own. And the same thing goes with like I'll never buy a hot dog. A sausage. Number one. Number two, like even with a sausage, I'm gonna add extra toppings that they ain't gonna do.
Yeah.
So Fats is going off.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to put him in timeout because I don't agree with this comment, but we'll get to that later. Yeah. What was it? Oh, guacamole. I feel that was one that like you've kind of ruined for me, Tubes.
Me?
Like, yeah, because you make guacamole and it's just like, man, restaurant guacamole is just not the same.
Because they have to make it bland because they're like, oh, we can't have this so intense that people with softer palates don't like it. But yeah, like homemade guacamole, it's like way more flavorful than at a restaurant.
The trick with guacamole is you don't have to do much.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, no sour cream. I used to add it. I stopped adding it years ago. Maybe like 10 years ago, I stopped adding it. It's unnecessary. It's just an extra add-on to make it creamier.
Yeah, you're just like cutting it. Yeah, you're just like...
Yeah, and what I really hate is when people call it guacamole, but it's more of a salsa than it is a guac. A guac, in my opinion, and me and Fats can go deep on this, there's guac sauce almost, and then there's guacamole. There's two separate things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And I don't really...
Mashed avocados.
Yeah.
A little lime.
Salt, pepper. Yeah, dude. A little bit of tomato, a little bit of cilantro, not too much. A little bit of red onion. You know what I'm saying? And thinly diced jalapeno. Thinly diced jalapeno.
Because I think that right there is like what you're saying is like that, like, so you've got to add like a little bit of moisture to it to not make it runny, but we want to loosen up that avocado. That's where the tomato and the onion and like the lemon come in. It's not a lot of
lime,
liquid,
Nick, but yeah,
lime. But yeah, you want just a little bit of moisture in there to be like, okay, let's break up this avocado.
Here's a 2B trick. Okay, I have some really, really expensive avocado oil, right? That's jalapeno flavored.
That's sick.
I do a droplet or two
of
this oil into the guac, and I'm talking like a legit a droplet or two, and that's what Nick D goes back to what you said, loosens it up a little bit.
Exactly. It does what the sour cream is doing without losing the flavor, without watering down the avocado.
100%, dude. 100%, dude. 100%, dude. All right. Well, I think we've done a great episode. We're at our 2-hour mark. We did.
Cooking tip at the end.
We covered a lot of shows tonight. When we're not going to do a game tonight, we'll save that. Jerry, you're not here next week?
Well, I'll be back. We leave tomorrow night, but I'll be back next Tuesday. We land at like 7.
So maybe we'll push back the episode or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll definitely be like chatting with you guys throughout it all.
We'll get a special guest to fill in for you. Maybe we'll do a Sith Lord BK Star Wars. Because, Nick D, you finished Visions?
I did, yeah. I really liked it.
Maybe we'll get O'Malley on and we'll do the three of us and we'll do Visions.
Visions would be good, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do something. We'll do something. And later this week, for a little Hello Grib update. Oh, man, I say the wrong company all the time. For an OVerShow update, later this week we will be doing another Sadui review. I'm pretty sure, right, Sadu? You're still in chat, Sadu. Maybe let us know if that's actually happening this week. It's 1-1 right now in the NBA playoffs, so we got some stuff to talk about as well as the dog show.
Sadu will tell us how he makes guac. I'm sure he's got a guac recipe that he's sitting on.
And I'd like to hear Sadu go a little bit into his info on Air, the movie.
Yeah.
Not just Air in general, but Air, the movie. So maybe we could get that going a little bit.
Someone, like you said, is someone who kind of knows how all that shook out. Like, I would like to see what he's like, well, this was inaccurate or this was super accurate. Like,
Yeah. All right, so we'll wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, especially Sadizzle, who was here from the beginning. Addy Fats, great to have you. We had a Scanton.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Scanton, a.k.a. Anton Aberson, was in here earlier. That's crazy. Who would have thought? Thanks to all the homies for coming in and, tuning in for a little bit. And we're going to do...
Yeah, it's always fun.
Maybe 2 weeks from now, when Jerry's back, we will do the great grilled cheese off episode.
That'll be fun.
I don't know how we do a tier list of grilled cheese, though. That seems kind of ridiculous to do a tier list.
You know what we could do? Like, maybe we make a bunch of grilled cheeses and just try out a bunch of different,
Maybe we should each do how we like to do it, and then the other two try it that way or something,
Or we do our burger tier list,
something like
but
that.
I still wanted to do a burger tier list just to do it. Fast food burger tier list. Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll discuss.
I mean, that's easy.
Cool.
Yeah, that's easy.
I see Sadui said later, dudes, but he didn't confirm or not confirm whether or not he's doing a show this week. I like that, Sadu.
Yeah,
Leave us all in a mystery right now, whether or not we're doing a show.
He's in control.
Yeah. Sadu, man. All right, everybody. Well, we'll be back next week. Thanks for tuning in.